I don't know why, but we have like a shitload of eggs. So let's make Korean mayak eggs, which in English means drug eggs. And there's a reason why they're called drug eggs. And it's because they're addictive as fuck. Cold water, or rather room temperature water, just enough to cover all the eggs that you have. And then I'm gonna add a bit of salt to it. I'm gonna add a splash of vinegar. Any vinegar. I'm using Korean apple vinegar, which is not apple cider vinegar, it's just vinegar with apple flavor, I think. So I'm just gonna use that. I've got my eggs. Some people like to prick the bottom. I've done that before. I don't know what it does. I'm not gonna prick them. I'm just gonna put them straight in. We're putting them in the cold water. I'm looking to do soft boiled eggs, so I'm gonna set this going for about 6 to 7 minutes. Set a 6.5 minute timer.
All right, 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Thanks, Google. Been about 6.5, 7 minutes, so I'm gonna take these out and hope that they boiled well. I'm gonna dump these into cold water. Putting them into cold water, I think it's supposed to make the shell peel easier by like making it unstick from the inside. I think that's what it's supposed to do, but we'll do it anyway. We'll just set these aside while we prepare some of the other ingredients. Found some chilies that we need to use up and some spring onions we need to use up, which you can see aren't the best. Gave them a quick wash, peeled off the outside layer of the spring onion because it's not very nice. And what I might actually do is just cut off the sad green parts there because those won't be very nice. I'm gonna cut this into little slices. This is the container I'm gonna use, so I'm gonna dump all of this into here. Got our chili. This is supposed to be a spicy chili, so I'm gonna maybe half of it in. Into our container. Because I'm sort of making this on a whim, just to use things up, I'm gonna use ready crushed garlic because we just had it and I need to use it up. Let's say about that much, which might be like half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. So this container holds about 500 milliliters. And because we're gonna be adding eggs and all of this stuff in here, it's gonna increase the level of the liquid. I'm gonna use about 300 milliliters total liquid. And because this recipe calls for equal parts water and soy sauce, I've got 150 milliliters of soy sauce and then 150 milliliters of water, which I'm gonna add straight in. This also calls for about half the amount of sugar as your soy sauce or water. 1 part soy sauce, 1 part water, 0.5 parts sugar. So we've got 75 grams of sugar here. And you can use syrup as well. I'm gonna put the lid back on and just shake this to dissolve all the sugar. I'm guessing you can also just boil this, cook this to dissolve all the sugar, but can't be bothered to do that. Just gonna taste this. Tastes addictive. I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna peel our eggs. And hopefully this worked out well. First egg is a fail. Okay, let's try a second egg, and if this doesn't work out as well, I'll boil them a little bit more, I guess. Okay, so egg number 1, 2, I guess, relatively successful. We'll put this into here. Now to do 4 more eggs. Egg number 2/3. So I actually ended up making 1 extra egg for the one that we lost. Put it in there. I'm gonna cover this up. Put this in the fridge overnight, and by tomorrow they should be ready to eat. that's hot. Okay. It's officially the next morning. I made this yesterday, and I said yesterday that it would be ready by this morning. So let's open this up and cut one in half, and let's see if we manage to cook them perfectly. Definitely taken on the color of the soy sauce really, really well. It looks really good. But let's cut into it and see how well it penetrated into the egg. Pretty bad cutting job, but as you can see, I think we cooked those perfectly. Look at that, look how gooey that is. Oof. It smells amazing, and I think it's gonna taste amazing as well. So let's go ahead and try one right now. Cheers. It's so good. A little bit sweet, a little bit savory. You got a spring onion, you got the garlic, and the egg, the creaminess of the egg, especially when cooked like this. Oh, so tasty. This over rice in the morning with a little bit of the liquid poured over top. Perfect breakfast. I'm gonna make more of these. So good.